So this round, good news. I mean, for me, I guess. Proud to say Randall Barnes stepped in last minute, said, yeah, I'll play. Tournament organizer, guy responsible for the Atlanta meta. 4-0.
He's doing excellent.
One other guy, 4-0. Hollis. Eacho, Echo. I can't. Hollis Echo.
If you are a podcast-aholic who listens to all the Netrunner podcasts, you will know that he is one of the...
A prolific player and theory crafter.
And a representative of the winning agenda. One of the probably more competitive-based podcasts. And so we get to see a tournament organizer and a content creator.
And consummate professional.
And
we saw him wearing that beautiful vest. He also likes to dress up for these events.
He is wearing a nice vest.
So going to be a really interesting matchup here.
It is. I think, again, we're going to see how fast this goes. We've got NEH. We know because we've seen Randall before in the previous match. We know it's not Butcher Shop.
Hollis
does not know that.
In fact, I talked to him between rounds here, and he's really worried because he's like, I know it's Randall. I know he's going to, Butcher Shop me, and he thinks that's what's there.
So the mind games before the mind games.
Yeah.
Before the
Randall
mind
hasn't
games.
even had to do anything, and he's convinced Hollis.
Right. And Randall's the type of guy who he might say something like, "Oh man, I can't find my C-source."
Yeah. That's a fair point. So Randall, pretty standard opening.
Yep. Just
some drip econ and nice.
Setting up the board state. I imagine that Hollis, we can dig around and we will look for his. This is going to be the prepaid variant. Well, of course it is. It's on the table. Sorry, everyone.
Well, and he's just played 2 diesels across 2 turns. It looks like he has quality time in hand. And so, nope, just clone chips. Never mind. So he's just going to be trying to set up his board here.
Before I look at his deck list, do you think he slotted the clot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have to.
Let's take a look. Yep. So we have a response to some fast advance if he can get to it.
Unfortunately, Randall just scored a Beal.
Right.
Naked,
so here we go.
As he is wont to do.
He hangs him out there.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I just saw him draw a San City grid. So if he starts seeing the agendas, he's going to start going.
Right.
Randall's going to have a response here pretty fast. And we don't see any breakers in his hand.
Right. And so would you say that the Kate and Earth Hub matchup is not strong?
It comes down a lot to Kate's draw. But also NEH's draw. If NEH doesn't see agendas early for whatever reason, and Kate can manage to get even just like a passable R&D lockdown, then that really punishes NEH because they just don't have a great way to get out of it. DBS can be good, but Kate has sort of enough of a strong rig that he can then afford to sort of stall out by forcing you to reinforce R&D while he sets up economy.
So this will be interesting to see how Hollis responds to this because... All right, so
Randall preempting that by already enforcing.
I know that's coming, and also, but again, it's one of those interesting things about Near Earth Hub, which is Hollis is going to know that's probably not an expensive server to get into. Yep. However, it's going to be 2 or 3 credits coming through.
And he runs straight at the San. Is going to trash it. I think that's the right call here. He's got enough money where he can afford that. He's going to leave the market accounts, of course.
And though I mean one of the Kate deck's greatest abilities, though, is to just print money because of the prepaid.
Yeah. I didn't see what he accessed there. Might have been a Jackson or Architect. Either way, didn't trash it.
Yeah.
And so he spent essentially his whole turn running and takes a credit. So his board is the same as it was at the beginning of the turn. That's the sort of thing where it's like it's a pretty big trade-off. Sure, he got to trash the San, but he's not really any closer to setting up an R&D lock. Yeah. And if Randall's got, Astro or whatever in hand, it could come out.
The SMC is, I guess, his board state currently.
Right.
And let's talk about Shaper BS. Pop the SMC. It's got 2 clone chips.
Yep. SMC he can go and get 3 things in
SMC,
one run.
SMC becomes and that.
But he's got to have money for it, so he's not there yet. But
correct.
But yeah.
But he does. He has access to his board state. Should he have enough money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm Josh. I'll take that food. Anyways. Oh, okay. So Randall had the CVS installed, but it looks like Hollis ran it. So response to clot down.
Right.
Not ideal.
Gordian Blade in the trash.
Sweeps. No. No, that's not mine. That's not mine.
Oh. We'll just leave it there. We're
Sorry.
Some things are happening off camera. Is the game over? Oh no, the game's still going on. Excellent.
Randall sweeps, so got some money. Not sure
Lucky Find. Just
what that ice was. I'm assuming that's an architect over there in the remote.
That Lucky Find burst is just huge.
Big amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And now he can afford to, pull the Shaper BS.
Right. Here we go. Is it even worth? I don't even need it. No, I don't.
Well, not gonna pop the clutch or the SMC. Pulls the NAPD. Yep. You got to steal it. You have to steal it here.
Yeah.
It's a hit, but it's one you have to take, I think.
Yeah. Now, at this particular point, though, Hollis still pop-up window doesn't mean. I mean.
Oh wow! Second NAPD.
Now, what Hollis is going to be afraid of is mid-seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing he can do. I think it's. I get the sense that Hollis has said he's probably not.
Yeah.
Butcher, but I don't know.
Well, he saw the architect, right? So he's
right.
gotta know that it's
right.
not. That being said, Randall has a lot of money, and if he sees a biotic and an agenda,
goodbye.
He's back on fast advanced plan.
Right.
He's not feeling comfortable with 2 NAPDs already scored, but he's happy that it's those 2 agendas that were stolen rather than something else.
Toss that man. That can come back later. Yeah, I mean we'll just
throwing away the Plascrete, so he's pretty certain, and there's a Beal. So again, not 4-4 ideal agendas for Randall, but it gets the job done, and he needs to score before Hollis is
because
ready
right, and that 2 ice remote is
right.
He's sitting at 2 credits. I mean, another Lucky Find is going to be the key to kind of boost him back up.
Yeah, and he has Katie Jones in hand, so film critic. Never mind. I think that's what I saw.
I'm not sure about film critic because the 2 NAPDs are already gone.
Yeah, right. I agree with you. 100%.
I think that's just, it's not that it's like a huge money loss, but it's more of a tempo loss. He could have done something else with that click.
Yeah.
I mean, unless his thinking is, I don't have a lot of money right now. If I access it, I need a place to.
Yeah.
I need something to do with that NAPD. I just feel like that doesn't seem quite right to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. But we do see Maker's Eye in hand, so he's got a way to sort of get multi-access. If he does end up needing to throw something on the film critic, that's fine.
Does he same old thing, Lucky Find? He's thinking about it?
He might be thinking about it. He needs money.
Well, he can't. Yeah, he can't do it. He's got 1 credit.
I don't think he has clicks for it, though.
No.
I think he was on his last click anyways. I think he's just saying he might have to. And there's breaking news.
Just fast.
1 agenda away now. Same old thing, Lucky Find.
Yep. So that's 3 clicks?
Yeah.
1, 2. No, that's
clicks. 1 additional click beyond the 2 same old. So, yeah, 3. And he has 1 click left. I imagine he's going to Maker's Eye here. But he might be afraid of the agenda being in hand.
And draws a card. Being at 5 points without an Asterisk scored is very, very interesting.
Why is he taking another click? It looks like he's taking another click. Am I wrong? Do I not know how to count?
Wait,
he's discarding a card.
Okay, that's right. The answer to that is yes, you don't.
Well, all right, fair. But in this case,
in this particular
my counting
case,
was not an error.
Correct.
Right.
Both those things are true. Let's move on.
And he's got the Asher in hand. So at this point, do you install it over there?
No.
You just wait for the biotic,
right? You wait for the biotic, yeah. I don't think that's...
I mean, he hasn't... Have we seen the legwork?
No, we haven't.
I don't think we have. Have we? I don't remember. But
so, actually,
HQ's so weak that would be my fear. And so, yeah, he looks like he installs it, I assume.
And, and I actually think that might not be as bad as I'm thinking it is because of how much money it would cost if those are different.
If those are different types.
Types of ice.
Bringing back the self-mod and spending it
over and over
again.
Because you lose the capability after the first time through.
Rather expensive.
He doesn't have the money for that.
So I think if Hollis is going to go for that, he has to install at the end of his turn, and he doesn't. So he's going to Maker's Eye for it.
Right.
He's going to... I mean, he knows he essentially has to win here. Randall says no res. It's marked accounts.
2. Eli.
Sweeps weak. So...
And let's see.
Not ideal.
This is a Near Earth hub that did not fast advance. It just went fast.
Yeah, it just went fast. And that's the strength of Near Earth hub, right? That's why it's still so popular today.
Yeah.
Is that it doesn't need anything other than sort of the core cards.
Yeah.
And it still wins games. Oh, Biotic. So he had Biotic in hand. He just... Oh, I think he drew that. No,
Okay.
He didn't. He didn't draw it off of the... oh, wow. So what is that in the remote?
I don't know, because that's huge. That is absolutely huge for him to pluck that.
Yeah. I mean, that was the game. I'm confused as to what Randall installed in the remote if it was not an agenda.
A Sansan, I assume?
I guess, but he had money to Biotic score. I guess because he knows the self-mods out of the clot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that entirely. We know he has the clot. Randall has to play around the clot, and he knows that the CVS is already in his archives.
Well done, commentators, for figuring that out.
Okay, we did it. We did it, team.
We did it. We figured out why.
You guys can give us a pat on the back in chat. Go for it.
The reason that Randall is undefeated is because he knew that he had to play around the clot.
Yep. And he did.
And there's clot in hand, which is actually the worst place you want it to be.
Yes, right now, for sure. And so Hollis is probably just going to draw and discard it.
Right.
I'm assuming that's what that is. I don't think he would play it. Drops a lady.
Boy, we were just going on and on about that. And
hey, but we got to the conclusion on our own.
Right.
No one had to tell us that we were dumb.
Yeah, based on that information that Ben just looked at us. That's not true. What are they talking about?
So, yeah, Randall's just going to be enforcing that remote and hoping to draw that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to pop Jackson. Interesting. Probably to put CVS back in, I would imagine. And maybe a Sansan. I mean, at this point, he's got money.
It wouldn't be a Sansan based on the situation that we just discussed.
Sure.
But the CVS, yes.
Well, unless there's another NAPD in the deck, in which case dropping a Sansan and then putting an NAPD down is fine, and then the next turn you can res Sansan and install for an advanced 3.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's possible, but yes, no, I agree. That's a very niche case.
Looking at and it's interesting because it's become this kind of bizarre, I mean, they're not res, but it's this kind of bizarre super server that you just don't see. So, all right, so here we go. Maker's Eye, possibly for the win. I don't think Randall has a response. Like, all the answers are right in front of Hollis.
Randall not going to res. Oh,
there
that's
we go.
game. Wow, that is brutal for Randall.
Yeah.
Oh, he had it. He had it. Wow, he had it in the server.
That was a good match.
I do want to ask him, though, why he didn't just drop the Astro in the remote. Because the remote was obviously more secure than HQ. I mean, we don't know what the ice was necessarily. We know there's an architect there. But like you said, it taxes Hollis so much to even get in there.
Right. And to me, it always kind of comes down to that sense of when you were corping, when you were corping, you don't feel as safe. Like it does. You don't think it's safe. Like
especially because we have a lot more information than he does.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.